Remember when you dreamed about those peaceful family dinners with your baby, happily eating alongside everyone else? Then you discovered baby-led weaning and thought, yes, this is it. Until 3 weeks in, you're finding peas in your hair at bedtime and seriously questioning if your baby ate anything at all today. So today I'm walking you through the 4 real truths about baby-led weaning that no one warns you about, and more importantly, how to actually handle them. These 4 essential strategies are the science behind why BLW babies waste so much food at first, the cleanup system that cuts your time in half, the surprising reason food throwing is actually developmental progress, and the game-changing mindset shift that makes the mess worth it. The first thing you should do is understand the food waste reality. So when I started baby-led weaning with my second child, I was tracking everything. And I mean everything. I wanted to know exactly how much food was ending up on the floor versus in his belly. And what I found shocked me. For the first month, about 70% of the food I served ended up everywhere except his stomach. The floor, his hair, the dog, everywhere. And I thought I was doing something wrong until I came across this research from the University of Colorado that completely changed my perspective. The study found that baby-led weaning infants actually consume the same amount of calories per kilogram as traditionally weaned babies. They just take a different path to get there. But here's what really blew my mind. Researchers at Swansea University discovered that the mess is actually part of the learning process. When babies squish that banana between their fingers or rub avocado in their hair, they're mapping food textures in their brain, which leads to better acceptance of new foods later. The point is, that mountain of wasted food in the beginning, it's not waste, it's education. Number 1, start small with portions. I'm talking 1 broccoli floret, not 5. 2 strips of chicken, not half a breast. You can always add more, but you can't unthrow food that's already hit the floor. Number 2, use the reload method. Put just a little on their tray at a time and keep the rest on your plate. When they finish or throw what they have, reload with small amounts. Studies show this can reduce food waste by up to 40%. Which brings us to number 2. You need a cleanup system that actually works. So I used to spend 45 minutes after every meal cleaning up, wiping the chair, mopping the floor, bathing the baby, changing clothes. It was exhausting. And I realized this wasn't sustainable when my friend came over and watched me do my post-meal routine. She looked at me like I had 3 heads and said, "Girl, what are you doing?" That's when I discovered the research on mealtime efficiency. A study from 2023 found that parents following baby-led weaning spent an average of 20 extra minutes per meal on cleanup compared to traditional weaning. But, and this is the game changer, parents who had a system in place cut that time by more than half. Here's exactly what works. Number 1, layer your protection. Forget those cute fabric high chair cushions. You want surfaces you can literally hose down. I put a cheap shower curtain under the high chair, not those expensive splash mats, a $3 shower curtain from the dollar store. Number 2, embrace strategic nakedness. In the summer, my babies ate in just a diaper. In winter, they wore old t-shirts I got from the thrift store for 50 cents each. After meals, the shirt went straight in the wash. The baby went straight in the sink. No precious outfits ruined, no stress. Number 3, batch your cleanups. Don't deep clean after every meal. A quick sweep and wipe after breakfast and lunch, then 1 thorough clean after dinner. Research shows this approach maintains the same hygiene standards while saving you 15 minutes per meal. The next strategy is understanding why food throwing is actually a win. I know. When your baby launches that carefully prepared sweet potato across the room for the 10th time, it doesn't feel like a win. But here's what changed everything for me. I was at my wit's end with the food throwing when I stumbled across research from developmental psychologists that made me see it completely differently. They found that babies who throw food are actually demonstrating advanced cognitive development. They're learning cause and effect, testing gravity, and, this is the important part, communicating with you. When a baby throws food, they're usually telling you one of three things. I'm full, I don't want this right now, or I'm bored and need attention. The researchers found that babies who were allowed to explore food this way, including throwing, developed better self-regulation around eating and were less likely to overeat as toddlers. So here's what you do. Number 1, watch for the pre-throw signals. Most babies give signs. They start playing more than eating, they look away from food, or they start dropping rather than throwing. When you see these signs, calmly remove the plate and say, "All done?" This teaches them communication without the throwing. Number 2, implement the one chance rule. If they throw food, meal is over. No anger, no big reaction, just looks like you're all done, and clean up. Studies show that babies learn this connection within 5 to 7 days when it's applied consistently. Number 3, give them a yes space for throwing. After meals, let them throw soft balls or bean bags. This satisfies their developmental need to test gravity without wasting food. One mom in my community started doing this, and her baby's food throwing decreased by 80% in 2 weeks. And that brings us to the mindset shift that changes everything. So about 3 months into baby-led weaning with my first, I was ready to quit. The mess was overwhelming. I was anxious about nutrition, and every meal felt like a battle. Then my grandmother visited from Jamaica and watched me stress through lunch. She said something that completely reframed my thinking. She told me, "Back home, babies learn to eat by grabbing from the family pot. No special foods, no stress. They made a mess, they learned, they grew strong." And she was right. Research from 2024 shows that babies following baby-led weaning develop the same, and in some cases better, eating competencies as traditionally weaned babies. They're more willing to try new foods, they self-regulate better, and by 12 months, they're actually less messy eaters than their spoon-fed peers. But here's the real mindset shift. This messy phase is incredibly short. We're talking 3 to 4 months of real mess, then it dramatically improves. By 9 months, most BLW babies can eat with impressive accuracy. By their first birthday, they're using utensils. Compare that to traditionally weaned babies who often aren't self-feeding competently until 15 to 18 months. The secret is changing how you measure success. Instead of looking at how much food hit the floor today, look at these wins. Did they bring food to their mouth independently? Did they try a new texture? Did they stop eating when full? These are massive developmental victories that set them up for a lifetime of healthy eating. I remember the day everything clicked. My son was about 8 months old, and I watched him pick up a single blueberry with his little pincer grasp, examine it, and pop it in his mouth. No mess, no throwing, just competent eating. All those weeks of sweet potato in his eyebrows suddenly felt worth it. The truth is, every parent doing baby-led weaning questions if they're doing it right. You see those Instagram photos of babies delicately eating salmon and asparagus, and meanwhile, your baby just sneezed pured peas across the kitchen. But here's what those highlight reels don't show. The 47 takes to get that one clean photo, the massive cleanup afterward, and the fact that 2 minutes later, that perfect baby probably threw their plate too. What matters is that you're giving your baby the gift of food autonomy. You're teaching them that eating is about nourishment and joy, not performance or compliance. And yes, you'll find food in weird places. I once found a piece of pasta in my coat pocket, 3 days after spaghetti night. But you'll also watch your baby develop skills and confidence that last a lifetime. So embrace the chaos, mama. Get that dollar store shower curtain, strip that baby down, and let them explore. Because in 6 months, when your 1-year-old is competently feeding themselves while your friend is still playing airplane with every spoonful, you'll know exactly why that temporary mess was worth every single wipe down. Trust the process, trust your baby, and remember, they're not making a mess, they're making progress.